So this is the old editor and the new editor looks like this. So not only does it look prettier, but I made this new editor because I was writing for a content mill and there's a bunch of improvements that makes writing easier. The old editor and the new editor, first difference you'll see is Grammarly is now integrated in the editor. So before I would have to create this AI generated content, edit it, and then go to Grammarly, copy paste it, go through each of these red lines and on like a different tab. But now, because it's integrated with Grammarly, you can very easily click on this and then just accept any suggestions that Grammarly gives you. It's really nice to not have to open another tab just to fix your grammar and spelling issues, which often case a lot of AI generated tools would have, regardless whether it's this tool or Jasper or any language model or copy AI or anything like that. The second thing you notice between this old editor and new editor is that the buttons are now on the side for styling. So prior it was on the top, and this was annoying because let's say you were, over here right before this professional intimacy session and you wanted to add a heading, right? You had to highlight it and you have to go up and then you have to press heading and then heading 2. Well now, because it's on the side, it doesn't matter how deep you are in the article. You can just go over here and then you can say, well, new heading, just highlight it. And without having to scroll up, you just kind of hover over this heading menu and then just pick the heading you want. Let's say H2, then it will turn it into a new heading and you can start writing again. Another difference is before the assistant bar is on the bottom and you hover over it and it brings it up. Now it's kind of like a Grammarly style. It's kind of on the side. You just press this open assistant and you'll get all this good data. And don't worry about the keywords right now because the keywords were for a different article. I just copy and pasted this old article into this baby playpen article. So these are for a different article. It's actually for this article and you can kind of just ignore the SEO suggestions. So it's going to be more of a landscape situation. So I think it's a better use of space. If it's on the right hand side, you can see a lot more of this information here. And yeah, so it's on the right hand side, but don't worry, I'll make this soon enough sticky so that it doesn't matter how deep you are in your article, you can always open Assistant. But for now, you can always open the Assistant by just clicking this SEO helper or really any of these AI tools or use Hotkeys, which I'll show you soon. So now that the sidebar is on the side, okay, but what else is different? One, the word count is now much more accurate. So this is the same exact article, and then this old one, it's 1401. The word count here is 1416, and I checked with Microsoft Word and wordcounter.com, which also has like slightly different counts, but this is very closely aligned with Microsoft Word, much plus or minus, 1 word. So this is very accurate compared to the old count, which is, off by 15 words. It's not a huge deal, but it helps if you have a client that has a specific word count limitation. You want that to be accurate, especially if you're sort of on the fence with your word count. And a lot of you, get paid, per word. So, getting this correct affects your bottom line directly. The second thing you would notice in this new sidebar is that not only is the word count more accurate, but now it'll give you a readability grading level. This is the Fleischer-Kincaid reading level. And one of the newest features I want to introduce that I'm super excited about is live Markdown Conversion, which will help you write and edit your essays way faster. So in the old editor, what you had to do is you want a new heading, you had to highlight it, go, here, and then press a button, to make a new heading. So if you're familiar with Markdown and don't worry, it's like pretty simple. If you want a new Markdown, all you need to do is say, let's say you want H2, then you would denote it with £2 and then press space. And just like Typora or any live Markdown converter like Dropbox Paper, new heading 2, right? If you want a heading 3, then it's just £3, right? New H3. If you want a new list, you can do a dash or a star and press space, and then new list, press enter, and then new list item. And then you just double tap enter, and then you can start typing your paragraph again, right? And for numbered list, you just press 1 period and then new numbered list. And then you can also start a new list starting with any number you want by just denoting a number you want, then period, and then pressing space, right? New numbered list, right? So that's pretty good. But even better are the introduction of hotkeys. So I'm a big fan of using hotkeys because I don't like bouncing back and forth between my mouse and keyboard, and it's quite a bit faster to use hotkeys. So now, for example, if you wanted to expand on this text, instead of having to press on the expand text, which you can just press Control E, and the AI will start coming up with all sorts of ways to expand on this idea. And if you need help, you can just press this show hotkeys here, and it'll show you, the basics and also all the hotkeys associated with the AI. So you'll note right now it's 1409 words, but if we expand this text, it'll be 1604 words. So it's it's quite a bit more. Likewise, if you want to paraphrase the text, you can press Control P to paraphrase the text. And if you want to debullet the text, that's also in the show hotkeys here, right? So for example, this will shorten it, but it also paraphrases it and says it in a different way. And yeah, that's all of the updates that I have for this new editor. The reason why I want to make this editor is so that you can write more efficiently and quickly and edit quickly, but also I made this new editor because it's going to be a lot more easy for me to add a lot more of these AI features where you can add a bunch of links and do research and things like that all in your editor, so you can edit a large amount of text easily. A lot of AI tools out there just push hey, I'm going to write a bunch of AI generated content for you, but they don't really help you in terms of the editing part. A lot of it is just, hey, here's a bunch of AI generated text, and you kind of have to edit it from scratch, which, isn't the best use of time. My goal here is to create a bunch of AI tools that'll help you easily make large and common edits, so you don't have to do a bunch of edits manually. So a lot more coming here, so stay tuned.